For years, the advice was simple. If you want a future, learn to code. Then, almost overnight, it flipped. And now everyone says the opposite, that you don't need to know anything. You can just vibe code your way to an app. So, which is it? The company that makes one of the best AI coding tools in the world just studied who actually succeeds with it. 400,000 real sessions. And the answer is neither. It's not the trained programmers, and it's not anyone with a prompt. It's something more specific and honestly more reassuring. Let me show you what they found. So they looked across more than 200,000 people using these tools and asked one question. What separates the people who get great results from the people who get garbage? You'd expect the answer to be coding ability. It wasn't. Their line: success is determined by how well a person understands the problem they are trying to solve, not whether they are trained in coding. That's a direct quote. The thing that predicted success was understanding your problem, your domain, not knowing how to program. And here's the part that should genuinely take pressure off you. They found the gains come from, quote, competence, not mastery. A working grasp of the domain captures most of the benefit. The biggest jump in success isn't from intermediate to expert. It's from novice to just competent. In their numbers, the success rate roughly doubles once you go from total beginner to merely knowing your area. You don't need to be elite at anything. You need a working grasp of your own field. That quietly undoes a decade of learn to code. The bottleneck was never that you can't program. It's whether you actually understand the thing you're trying to make. Once you sit with it, it's obvious. Think about what building something actually is. It's 100 small decisions. What should this do? Who is it for? What matters? What's good enough? What's wrong with this version? That's the hard part. The typing syntax part, the semicolons and the brackets, that was never the valuable bit. That's the translation layer between your idea and the machine. AI removes the translation layer. It speaks fluent computer, so you don't have to. But it cannot supply the judgment. What to build, whether it's right, when it's done. That still has to come from someone who understands the domain. And that someone can be you. A great chef who can't write code can absolutely direct an AI to build a tool for their kitchen, because they know what a kitchen needs better than any engineer. A teacher knows what a classroom tool should do. You know your own work better than a programmer ever will. That knowledge is the rare part now. The code is cheap. And I'm not saying this from sidelines. I run my entire company on these tools with no engineering background. And every useful thing I've built came out of knowing my business called, not out of learning to program. Okay, so if it's not coding, what should you actually get good at? 4 things straight from how this plays out in practice. First, knowing your domain called. The thing the research literally measured. Whatever your field is, marketing, ops, law, teaching, your own business, go deeper, not wider. Depth in one area beats knowing a little code. You already have a head start here, and you might not realize it. 2. Asking precise questions. Experts ask sharper questions. With AI, that's everything. Walk in, walk out. Make me a marketing dashboard gets you a pretty useless chart. Take my ad channels, show rows per channel, and flag what to cut, what to scale, and what's too early to call, gets you something you'd actually run your budget on. Specificity is a skill, and it's learnable. 3. Taste and judgment. Knowing when it's wrong. AI will confidently hand you something that looks right and isn't. The skill is catching it. And catching it doesn't take a CS degree. It takes knowing what good looks like in your field. You reviewing the AI's work is where your expertise pays off. 4. Direction. Steering, not typing. The new job is less do the work and more direct the work. Break a big thing into steps, hand them off, check the output, course correct. If you've ever managed a person or a project, you already have this muscle. Let me make this real. I'm going to build something useful right now, and I want you to watch what I'm actually contributing, because it's not code. I will type in this prompt into my AI marketing agency system, and we'll see what it does. Build a single self-contained HTML file. Marketing cut-off scale tool. Columns. Channel. Spend. Revenue. Customers. Payback in months. Compute rows revenue spent and CAC spent customers per channel and show the blended rows across all channels at the top. Flag each channel red cut if rows below 2, green, scale, if rows above 3, yellow, hold, optimize otherwise. And prefill the sample data below. No frameworks, it must run just opening the file. And I will put in fake sample data because I don't want my actual client's data to leak. Let's see what it is. And watch how specific I'm being. That precision is the skill. But notice, I'm deliberately leaving 2 things out because I want to show you the part that actually matters. Let's take a look at what it has done. If we open this file that it created, a dashboard, let's take a look. So blended rows says 3.4, looks healthy, but I don't trust averages. And per channel though, it caught meta, bleeding at 1.8, and it tells me to cut it. Good catch. However, it's telling me to scale Reddit, one of the highest rows on the board. That is wrong. And the model has no way to know why. It's 9 conversions, 9 customers here. That's noise, not a signal. Let's add a correction. If we go back and say, add a rule, any channel with fewer than 15 customers is too early, not enough data. In gray, no matter how high rows is. Let's see what it does. It's ready. Let's take a look. Update it. Now we see that Reddit flipped to too early, not enough data. Good. Let's take a look at TikTok. So it says scale, but the payback is 11 months here. Strong return, terrible cash flow. Another thing it can't know unless I tell it. So let's correct that one too. Let's say add a rule if rows is 3 or higher, but payback is over 6 months in case of this business. Flag it, hold, slow payback. And let's put it in yellow instead of scale. Let's see what happens now. It completed the build. Let's take a look. Update it again and Reddit. Too early, not enough data as we asked, as we changed the rule. And TikTok hold, slow payback. Excellent. So there it is. The fixes were not the code, they were judgments. I knew blended averages lie, that 9 conversions isn't a signal, and that payback can outrank rows. The AI typed all of these flawlessly and was still wrong until I brought what I knew. That is the research finding in practice. Now let me keep it honest, because I'm not going to tell you everyone suddenly a software engineer. The research said domain proficiency is enough to build within your domain. That's the key phrase. You can build the tool you need. You are not, after one weekend, shipping banking software or a medical device. Those need real engineers, and they should. And you don't need to code doesn't mean you need zero understanding. You still have to learn how to work with AI, how to direct it, review it, not blindly trust it. That's a real skill. It's just a far more learnable one than 4 years of computer science. The honest takeaway isn't skills don't matter. It's the most valuable skill changed from writing code to knowing your field and directing the machine. What I would actually do with this: stop feeling like you are behind because you can't code. You are not behind. You've been building the rarer skill your whole career. Then point that expertise at a tool like Claude Code and build the one thing in your work you've always wished existed. And start small. The research is on your side. Proficiency in your field is the qualification. If you don't know where to start, I've got a full walkthrough of how I run my entire business through Claude Code with zero engineering background. And now you know why that's even possible. If this took some pressure off, do me a favor and share it with the person in your life who keeps saying they are too non-technical for this. They are not. The research literally says so. Subscribe for more of this capable AI for people who refuse to be left behind. See you in the next one.